Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. I just don't understand. I don't get it at all. Microsoft keeps sabotaging its own devs, and now, frankly, it's sabotaging its customers as well. The business model just looks absolutely awful, and frankly, I hope this blows up in their face. I hope absolutely that this does not work for them. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, Microsoft has announced significant price increases for Game Pass. And I'm going to walk through that. But first, let's go back through memory lane. All right, let's talk about what led up to this moment, because I think knowing what led up to this moment helps to inform why people are so pissed that this is happening. So first, way back in May, feels like such a long time ago, Microsoft announced that they were going to raise the prices of all of their consoles, right? So Xbox Series S had half a terabyte, was going to go to $379, up from $299, and the devices were going to be increasing as well. So an Xbox wireless controller is going to go up to $89.99 when it used to be $79.99, etc., etc. Now, Microsoft heavily hinted, I don't think they directly said it, but they heavily hinted these price increases are due to Trump's tariffs, right? And because of that, at the time, I don't think I really covered this story because there were a ton of videos and reports and all that kind of stuff from all kinds of businesses talking about the impact that the tariffs were having on them and how it was increasing their cost. And frankly, some of them felt like, I don't know how we're going to be able to continue in this type of circumstance. And so I looked at it as Microsoft just having to naturally adapt to what was happening in the environment. But of all people, IGN has changed my mind on this. IGN has come out swinging in regards to this price increase. And they basically, Ryan McCaffrey made the case that, hey, Microsoft did this $1 billion acquisition of Activision, and they've been shredding employees ever since. They're a multi-trillion-dollar company. There's no way we should give them a pass for hiking up a bunch of prices. I don't care what's happening in the market. And you know what? I find it difficult to disagree with that. I really find it difficult to disagree with that. So, to be honest with you, at this point, I don't care about what impact the tariffs have been having on Microsoft. This is just crapping on their customers, and they've been doing it since May. And of course, that was not even remotely the end of these price increases. So moving on, Microsoft then did another price increase in September, where they said, hey, the Series S is going to go from $379 to $399. Series X is going from $599 to $649. Etc., etc. Just trying to put as much pressure as possible on customers, squeeze out every single dime that they possibly can. And then they said, you know what? It's not enough that we're doing these increases for consoles. We need to also extend it to games. Our customers, they could give us more. They got a little bit more in them. And so what did they try to do? They tried to increase the price of Outer Worlds 2. It was going to be $70. They tried to increase it to $80. But the fan outcry was so strong, they ended up having to revert back and go back down to the $70 price tag. Just absolutely embarrassing. And you would have thought this would have been enough to convince them we need to pump the brakes and reconsider how we're dealing with our customers. But clearly that moment of reflection never happened, because shortly afterwards, the prices for the Rogue Ally were leaked, and it became clear that one of them was going to cost $1,000, the Rogue Xbox Ally X7, and then the other one was going to cost $600. Just absolutely astronomical prices that I don't know who's going to be buying these, but to me, this looks absolutely insane. There's no way I would even consider it. And it shows yet again, Microsoft is not considering their customers when they're pricing these devices. And so now we finally get to October 1st, where Microsoft has announced that moving forward, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is going to increase in price by 50% to $30, which ironically is $360 annually. It's seriously doubtful this is worth it to you if you are not a content creator. Like for me, I have to cover multiple games per month and I'm buying a bunch of games throughout the year. It's possible that this is still worth it for me. But for you, very unlikely. Very, very unlikely, especially when you consider the fact you don't actually own the game, right? You're basically renting this from Xbox until they decide, all right, we no longer want to host this game. We no longer want to provide access to it. And then it's going to be removed from your ability to play it. It's just not worth it. And it's extremely unfortunate. I've been on record multiple times saying that I felt like Game Pass was a very good deal for customers. And I feel like it should have continued to be a very good deal for customers. But Microsoft has just lost their minds over the past couple of years. It just seems like they've really, really lost their minds and decided there's nothing we can't do to try to carve out more money from you. And I see this as absolutely a betrayal of Obsidian and the other devs who are there. They didn't deserve this. There's no way they knew this was coming down the pipeline. And you've created a situation where significantly less people are going to be playing their games. I don't have to show you the comments under Xbox's announcement of this to let you know there's a whole lot of people canceling their Xbox subscription right now. There's a whole lot of people who were planning to play the Outer Worlds 2, who between this and the $80 price tag that they did eventually revert, but a lot of people probably aren't even paying attention to this. It's cut into so much of the hype and goodwill regarding Outer Worlds 2 and frankly any other game that Xbox tries to release that's supposed to come out on Game Pass. This is a terrible business model. Absolutely terrible. But Microsoft doesn't get that at all. In fact, they are now forcing you to see a massive ad for Game Pass every time you load up your Xbox for the first time. So it says, hey, get even more with Ultimate. Starting November 1st, your subscription price will update in applicable regions. By the way, how big of a price hike this is depends on the region you're in. It appears that people from Brazil are experiencing a 100% price hike, not just 50%. Absolutely bananas. Just garbage, man. Just garbage. And I really like the way Clobrill put it. Aggressive ads everywhere in the OS. Full screen promotions of sales. The only relevant Xbox OS changes that customers receive these days exist to increase per customer spending, e.g. wishlist enhancements. All dead resources used to bring Xbox PC forward. Xbox consoles basically feel like being in maintenance mode. 2 console price raises in 1 year, price hikes on Xbox accessories, expensive rogue Xbox Ally hardware, failed attempt at $80, the Outer Worlds 2, $80 on future Xbox titles, probably still stands. They probably have not given up on this. They've just decided that Outer Worlds 2 is not the right game to do it. Fable comes around, guarantee you Fable is $80. Brutal and in its scale, massive layoffs, multiple 6+ game cancellations and partial studio shutdowns, insane Game Pass Ultimate price hike, which we just covered. Xbox has been a business for 24 years. Recently, they don't even try to hide that anymore. It's completely obvious everything Xbox does today is aimed at generating maximum profit, getting the most money out of your most loyal customers, raise per customer spending, and only go forward with projects that don't bring too much risk. I honestly couldn't say it any better myself. I could not say it any better myself. And Even though my channel is obviously CRPG and I play on PC, my wife has an Xbox. When I'm playing with my wife and kid, I'm using an Xbox. Before I started this channel, I was hardcore Xbox. In fact, I don't know if I've even ever owned a PlayStation. So all of this, to be honest with you, it feels personal. it feels very, very personal. And the culmination of just Microsoft deciding they don't give a damn anymore and that they're empowered to just do whatever they want. I can't recommend strongly enough that we should not allow them to believe that games can just be treated in this manner, that you could just raise the prices, shred all the devs that we love, not give a crap about the games that we actually wanted to be released, but yeah, we'll still support you and everything will be okay. I feel like this is just become beyond the pale, and it's deeply unfortunate. I love the vast majority of what I'm hearing and the coverage about this. Microsoft is absolutely getting shredded, and I hope they have similar numbers of cancellations to Disney. To be completely honest with you, like if I didn't love Obsidian so much, I probably wouldn't be playing Outer Worlds 2 because I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. Anyway, that's it. That's the video. Appreciate all of you. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as you can enjoy a topic like this. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that like button. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.